What's up, everyone? Today we're going to go from this to this. Now you can see that we've done a little bit since the last video. Obviously we have a bed together, which took a little bit of time, and a big shout out to my buddy Rich for stopping down and helping me getting the heaviest part on the frame. We've assembled it. It looks great. We have like a 57, actually I think it was 47% humidity and about 82-degree temperature. It's like perfect, and it's very rare for this. So I spent all day sanding this thing and making it really, really nice. Now, what I do want to kind of go through is one of the things that you need to do. Make sure you just scuff up all of the E-coating. You don't have to take it to bare metal. Some of it will be down to bare metal, but that's fine. We're going to put a primer over it and make it the adhesion really, really nice. It's going to look super awesome. If you're down to bare metal, it might be a good idea to hit those edges with some self-etching primer, which we will do. First, we need to finish cleaning it. Now inside here is 91% isopropyl alcohol. Now when you spray it on here, it's nice. It's got a little pump action to it. You can pick these up probably, I don't know, wherever. I've had this thing for nearly a decade and a half or whatever. And you spray it on there and you wipe in one direction. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, I can scrub it. All you're doing right here is pushing it around. It's like using the high school paper towels that you had back in the day. And all it did was just push the water around. That's what you're doing. You're just pushing the dirt around. It's not solving your problem, which is cleaning the surface. So you feel the urge to scrub it like that, but all you're doing is working against yourself. Smarter, not harder. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And one cool technique that I do like to do is going from, oops, right to left, get a nice pressure to it, layer this up twice, start one side, and then just wipe it. Go back. You keep doing that until you get a cloth, and increase, decrease your altitude, until you get all of the black off. You want a nice clean rag when you're done. The next step, of course, is this self-etching primer. Now, this particular stuff says you have 10-15 minutes. You can put the next coat on, which will be the regular primer, no problem. And it cures, allegedly, in 60 minutes, which is insane. But the cool thing about this is it will give you a little bit extra adhesion properties on the straight steel. Now, we don't have a lot of bare steel. We're just going to hit the edges where, a little bit of burn through is. And again, it's a little bit more of adhesion. We'll take as much as we can. So remember, after you've done this, do not touch stuff with your fingers that's greasy. You're going to have little fingerprints in there. But mist a nice light coat on it. Should be doing this with a respirator. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, let me go ahead and get the rest of it done. We'll circle around to start phase whatever we're on.
Now that I look like I'm ready to kidnap ET, let's go ahead and talk about the product we're using. This right here is Rust-oleum stuff meant for like farm tractors. I know. If you're now surprised that this is not a SEMA build, well, you're probably on the edge of your seat. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, this cost me less than $200. And I could paint my entire fleet with it. So, what are we going to do? Starting with the primer, we're going to pop this open, put it in a mixing cup. Well, we're going to stir this, put it in a mixing cup, split it, put some hardener in it, and make this stuff really great. And then we're going to spray it. Now that we mixed it, remember there's a lot of bubbles and everything in it, we're going to go ahead and pour it into the strainer. This is going to work out really well without making any mess at all. I probably made too much, but it's okay. I'd rather make too much than too little. Now the next step is to put a tack coat on. Now mind you, we've gone through, we've resanded the surface with 320 grit, dry, not wet, and then re-cleaned it with the isopropyl. This is hard to breathe through and try talking. So I'm going to just hit it with a little bit of air because it's been about 5 minutes and I want to make sure I don't get any like stuff from the trees in the paint. Again, this is a light coat meant to just tack it. Do yourself a favor, do a spray pattern. I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's just go ahead and get her done. Again, this is just a light coat. As you can see, highlight your areas. Now mind you, this is just a light coat to go over the tack coat. You don't have to go crazy. The goal is just to have a nice uniform finish. We're going to do 2 full coats on this so we have enough to buff out if we have any runs. Hopefully we don't, but we definitely will have bugs. I just used a pair of tweezers to get one out already. So let's go ahead, put a little bit thicker coat on. I'm going to do something I probably shouldn't do, but I got to get up into bed somehow, so I'll have to be very careful, put my little booties back on, and hopefully they stay on my feet. So I'll do the one bedside first though.
Well guys, as you can see, it's back together. Now I did skip a few things just to save you a little bit of tediousness of having an extra long video of nothing but me sitting here and putting paint on another layer of paint and you really wouldn't be able to tell. It's just, I didn't want to, I didn't want to waste you guys' time. Now, as far as the bumper, I just needle scaled that thing, got it really nice and clean. I did the exact same process as I did with the frame. So if you're interested in how I did the bumper, make sure you check the previous video out where I restored the frame. Same process, just a light gray instead of the black. Now, originally it probably would have been a little bit darker gray, but I think this color combination works really, really well. And I gotta say, nice and strong, I love it. So if you're interested in doing a similar paint job for a budget, prep work is the most important part, but this is just Rust-oleum safety red, like tractor paint with tractor primer. The goal is to keep this thing just as a daily work truck. I was gonna wet sand it and then I decided, you know what? No, it's a work truck. It's gonna get used. And I gotta say, it looks really good, guys. So if you're interested in following this project, we have a lot more to do on this thing. We have to go ahead and put the 500 cubic inch big block, the Allison 1000 in it, rebuild the front suspension, redo the interior, redo the cab. We have cab corners, we have rockers, and we have brand new door. We have all of it already in stock. So it's just a matter of, you know, as the expression goes, taking and eating the elephant one bite out of a time, because this is huge. This is huge. So, if you're interested, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Until next time, remember, keep her shiny side up, and God bless. I got to get to some work. That wasn't planned. That's the reason why I want to put the big block in. Because, you know, modern is way better than this old TBI stuff. Yeah, there we go.